come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have no peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is our home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia, this land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we.
Welcome to it. This is LPR TV, and today is the 5th day of December, the last month of the year, 2020, and we'd like to welcome you to this special edition, a prelude to what will be unfolding on Tuesday and what we intend to do here ahead of the current electoral process in the midterm senatorial elections and the 2 by-elections that will be concomitant ahead on the 8th of December alongside the Liberian national referendum. My name is Robert Cornelius Barker. I'm here with my professional colleagues, and they are all
preparatory stage, and we are continuing Liberia as we speak, and our team is out there. Liberia Public Radio team is out there ensuring that campaign activities are brought to you live on this network, and everything we're going to be bringing to you. But this is the second senatorial or midterm election since the end of the 2003 civil war. So it's very significant that we talk about it. We in the media, it's very much significant that we talk about it. So this is why we are here to talk about it on your public radio television. So in case you just joining us, want to say thank you. Joseph Sayon is also here, our professional colleague, also from the Liberia Broadcasting System. Is also here. Together we're going to be talking about the prelude to the election. Our team is also right now in district number 9, Monserrato County. We are hoping to join our team of to join Abu Ture and the rest of the crew there as soon as we see signal. But in the meantime, let's talk about the 2020 senatorial special election. Sian, welcome.
It's a pleasure being on this platform. I think there is a great opportunity to be able to talk to our people, not only in Liberia, across the world. And first, let me just call for a violent free election, because that is our paramount concern for this election to be violent free. When it is violent free, of course, then we'll have a Liberia that we can boast of. So we want to first call for a violent free election, call on all candidates in the election, call on all participants, all stakeholders, all supporters, sympathizers, and all those involved for the election process to conduct themselves in a very peaceful manner, so that Liberia can have a kind of a sense of direction. So again, we are here today to jumpstart a process that will lead us to providing a very sensitive approach to the election, so that our people in the diaspora, our people in and all of Liberia can be aware, can be abreast of the happenings in our country. So again, it's a pleasure talking to you guys.
Well, again, thanks very much. Joseph Sion is from the state broadcaster. He's a professional Liberian broadcaster as well. Mark Dan is here, and there are issues. They just gave you a synopsis of basically why we are here. Mark have emphasized that to have a team currently on the climax of the campaign for the CDC candidate,
Yeah.
Thomas Fowler. There's a team that is bringing it live as well, coverage of it. We'll join them in the jiffy. And tomorrow will be the CPP candidate.
Yeah, Mr. Darius
Darius DeLon is going to be launching his campaign on tomorrow, which will be on Sunday. So I don't know what it means. For gentlemen, let's look at it from that perspective before we go into other matter. Is Sunday a very feasible day for a political activity? Normally in Liberia, Sunday is a holiday and is more sacred to Christians, and Liberia is a predominantly a Christian country, so to speak, when it comes to population. Not looking at the foundation of secular state or all that, but looking at the overall average population of Liberians and looking at what will be unfolding tomorrow. Let me take you see, and then of course Mark will come here as well.
Of course, you have just said it, or Liberia is said to be a Christian dominated country. So Sunday is a resting day for Christians.
Exactly.
After a week-long activities, after a week-long work, Christians believe that they should be resting on Sunday. But again, when there are issues that dictate the process or situation, of course, you go with those issues. So again, the election has dictated that we as Liberians continue to engage the process until Monday. So Sunday cannot be a rest for us as Christians because we have to get involved. But everyone will want to solicit the kind of a vote they need to generate during the outcome of the midterm senatorial election. So as a result, you will get to know that all of the candidates will want to put in all and then be strategic in how they conduct themselves, how they approach the situation, how they approach the election process, and in what context will they be approaching it. So again, that was the long chose Sunday to be the day that he can officially launch his campaign. But Thomas Fowler has launched his, and he's today claiming campaign in making sure that they can get they can generate the kind of a vote that they need to that'll be required to take them to the Capitol building.
Okay, that's very smart analysis, Sion. Mark, it's unprecedented, and I like to take it in this way that we're having a launch of a campaign on the Sunday, considering the conflict. Was it a conflict from the National Elections Commission? Have we had a history of having a major political campaign activities on the lost days as well?
Well, I think it has happened in the past. I remember in 2017 when when the ANC, that's the Alternative National Congress, launched a campaign on a Sunday. If I'm not mistaken, it was on a Sunday. In September of 2017 at the time, and it caused lots of traffic jam in the city.
Okay.
Again, when situation dictates to a particular event, I think it usually happens. Though it's not screened, but usually like you started, Mr. Bagley, like Sunday is usually celebrated as a lost day in Liberia.
Sure.
So many people are not they don't usually go to other activity except for worshiping to the various places of worship, like the church.
Okay.
So it's going to have some things on a particular candidate that are going to be launching that.
And then and then where you just struck the point. So Now, is it going to be a potentially not a very huge turnout on Sunday? Basically, because of most of and Sunday going to be the first Sunday. Is going to be the first Sunday in the month of December, considering the nature of first Sunday in churches around the country. Uh, will we see? Does it have a effect on the kind of population that we anticipate to see from Dar es Salaam as well? Do you see it from that perspective?
For me, considering the crucial nature of this election, from the both party, with the supporters being very much, very much, with the supporter being very much constant with what we want to see happening on December 8th. I think even with the worship time, I can tell you that everyone will want to come out to support their candidate because there is now a show of strength.
Okay, so
Because the Liberian election is basically characterized by population, by population.
Mhm.
So it depends the way you show your strength. People will try to judge you whether you win or not. So for the fact that the coalition for democratic change candidate has shown his strength, uh, that it behooves now the opposition CPP candidate to demonstrate similar strength. So with that in mind, for supporters, well wishers, and friends,
Mhm.
family members of the candidates in question, which is Dawes DeLong, I think there will be a huge turnout.
Okay, you
Until that may prove it wrong,
Mhm.
but giving all variable constant, giving all factor constant, and considering the Liberian political dynamics, I think there will be a huge turnout on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean that was a clever calculation ahead of what will look like on Sunday for Darius DeLon launch. Thomas Fala is climaxing. He have had his launch already and he's climaxing as well. Let's look at another aspect only before we go into our fundraising aspect of while we are here as well. We're looking at electoral matter. December 8th is Tuesday, and basically we have not gotten any information from the National Elections Commission as regards to what should be the procedure from voters in going to vote. What do I mean by that? That we are receiving reports that if you don't, I mean, it's not from the National Elections Commission, but there are information that if you don't go along with those marks, obviously you will not be permitted. So are we, I mean, the media, have we started to sensitize our people in taking the nose marks as well with them to go on the line? Because many of them have not understood that, and that could be used as an excuse to disenfranchise some Liberians who might go on the polling line and don't have access to those marks.
There has been no statement issued by the health ministry.
Yeah, yeah,
Honor
yeah,
Money
definitely.
withdrawing a statement on the issue of the health protocol. So the fact that the health protocol remain in force suggests that every Liberian should follow the health protocol. And once you follow the health protocol, obviously you must be in close connection with your nose mask. So it is just an open secret that every Liberian should, once you are going to vote, you have your nose mask. Equally so, you have a hand sanitizer, or if you don't have it when you get there, be able to sanitize your hands because they will have, I guess, they will have some hygienic material posted at those polling centers so that candidates, so that voters can get in contact with and then sanitize their hand before you go vote. So in this public manner, if people want to think that the health protocol has been put aside, we just want to encourage each and every Liberian rather, to take a clear cut measure in terms of upholding the health protocol being put into place by the health ministry. That is using your no mask.
Okay, that's a very brilliant point. So there's a pinna mark. Before we come on to how can we get some fundings in order to give the electoral cover, which is very sensitive as well. I'd like for you to comment about the nose marks issue. It's quite very imperative as well. Many of us now, people are seeing it as a political strategy on the other side to deprive people from voting. uh, in our quarters, there are a lot of people who don't have access to the move back and are frequently out within those maps. What can we do ahead of December 8th election in order to have a very conducive election with all of the health protocols into full effect? As Sion said, the protocol have not been notified. It's still into full effect. How can we
Yes,
get our
yes.
people accustomed to that as well?
I think what we can do here, Michael, is that every each and every Liberian that are going to be voting should have it in mind that indeed the health protocol is still in place. Because if you don't have that at the back of your mind that the health protocol is still in place, you're going to definitely ignore it, and then you're going to be finding different excuses saying that, oh yeah, why is it I've been denied?
He might,
So,
he might not be having
it
access
might be
to
my own right.
It could be a problem for those that want to vote.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, as far as the health protocol is concerned,
It's staying place.
as far as the health practitioner or health authorities in the country are concerned, the health protocol will remain enforced until otherwise ordered. So we just want to encourage each and every Liberian on our voice this afternoon or this evening to take due note when they are going to vote, because that is very crucial.
It is quite
That is
good.
very crucial to the election process of our time, because either the opposition or the ruling party may complain that my people are denied,
Because
and that could lead to a potential violence.
and that's what we're speaking of.
So we need to ensure. I mean, like we need to ensure by understanding that the health protocol remain enforced, and they need to uphold whatsoever measures have been put into place by health authorities in the country to make sure that once they are going to vote, to move there with their health guardian to
Okay.
ensure that they are protected and to ensure that they are given a pathway through.
Okay, and now the election is on December 8th. Is the fever is still on, and potentially we have to raise some money to ensure that our reporters. Unfortunately, we had a very small situation earlier on today with an accident with a team of our reporters on the way to the
Yeah.
CDC campaign climax, and but that was minor scuffle, and I think they are pretty well fine and still I mean right now they're about in District 9 and might be giving us a coverage. So thank God that they are safe. But we have reporters across the country, and we're going to be getting a coverage from across the country as well. And it requires fundings. And what can we say to the public, and who can really help to initiate this process in the spirit of generosity for our reporters to be able to give a comprehensive report about the news unfolding from the Leeward County, because it is a very heckling task and it requires money. So can there be something from our viewers as regards to
Yes.
complementing the efforts of the work here
Yes.
as well?
Frankly, there's no other way for you to say it, apart from what you have just put or what you have just said.
Okay.
Because the only way content gathering in broadcasting is very much expensive. It's an expensive venture. So the only way that we can get an effective or coverage of any event is some level of funding. Let me not say adequate funding, because we are not our setting is not that stronger to say adequate funding, or at least a funding that will complement our efforts. For example, where we sit right now, we like I said the other day on your show, we spend not less than $75 US a day to just make you a single broadcast, because content because in Liberia you have to use especially for example in the studio here,
Mhm.
we are using electricity, we are using air condition, we are using so many other gadgets that consume data and so forth. $100. So we go out there appreciate Nikki. You can do the same like Nikki.
So now what are the procedure if one want to before you come in say letting just give the public I mean a fair picture of how the procedure, like if you want to give to the special electoral coverage team to facilitate reporters and all that. How do one go about making a contribution to the special electoral coverage in order to sustain reporters on the field and all that?
Okay, yeah. So we have our numbers. I'm just trying to see to it that I can just put the number out there. We have a number for donation, and so that you can just oh what I'm not getting a number, but uh, I'm going to put a
So
number
the number
out
will
there
be placed.
shortly.
Okay, so the
So
number.
this is the number. If you are in Liberia, for example, you want to make a contribution, you can call this particular number on the screen. But let me just add another number there. You can just call it and make your donation. For our US number, this is our US number. Let me just pin our US number as well. You can call this US number, this number for the US. You can call it. I mean, you can just call it and make a little contribution, and that contribution is going to be very much significant. Like as we speak, our team is carrying on channel 2 of our page. Our team is right now carrying a live coverage from district number 9, Monserrato County. So it's quite important that you make a little contribution, and those contributions, you may say, oh, but what you are do this again? The democracy of our country is very important. You have your family members here who live in Liberia. You have your relatives and friends. If this country is not safe, and the only way, one way that this country can be safe is to bring you the adequate information that will bring peace and tranquility in our country. It will be good for every one of us. So this is the benefit that you're going to get. If, for example, you say, "Oh, but what benefit I'm going to get if I were to donate to Liberia Public Radio?" So you can call any of the two numbers,
Okay.
and we will definitely or get the little donation, whatever. If it can be in kind, we are more accepted. If we can give you our reporter numbers, you can do a direct transfer to them through data or through a phone credit. We will wholeheartedly accept that.
Just as saying, you want to add up to what Mark said in regards to the coverage, electoral coverage. It's going to be very a challenging thing to get report from all of the 15 subdivisions and the 17 districts in Monserrato County, where reporters are going to be posted and giving information, moving from one point to another. It will require it being very cost intensive, and back home it could be quite more expensive for media institution. As we launch a campaign to solicit some fundings, what can we say to viewers back home in the diaspora? I mean, in the diaspora or back home in Liberia, how can we see and how can we get in touch video to get some contributions moving forward as well?
I just want to say in this public manner that launching a fundraising is not just unique to LPR radio, that is in Liberia radio. Considering the kind of job that the institution is doing to inform, to educate, to entertain the public. Looking at what the public need to understand in terms of what is happening, like, because if anything goes wrong in Liberia and those information are not factually given to our diaspora brothers and sisters, or even the local audience in our country, obviously it will influence situation. So considering the kind of cost intensive nature of this election, and we have gone thus far in spending huge amount of them for their own support towards the process, because this process is not only for LPR staff, it's also for Liberian general, both in and out of Liberia. So we think their little contribution to this process will enhance our work in providing the much talked about information about the election, whether they what about the election. So we'll be giving those information based on how our reporter will be empowered to move into into those loops and corner of our country, because you know Liberia, the issue of road network is a very crucial issue. We don't have a good road network, so how do we enhance the work of our reporters in the various counties, in the various cities, in the various districts, and in the various towns? It's a solicited funding for our brothers and sisters from the US, from France, from Great Britain, and other places. So we just want to appeal to our brothers and sisters that this process, this initiative, is not just for APR Radio. It's for each and every Liberian, based on the nature of our democracy. So we want to appeal to them. Whatever you have, whatever little you have, please be able to help us so that our reporter can be able to move in the loops and corners of this country and be able to report factually to you what is obtaining. Because social media has taken over everything. So the traditional media can only be active when they are well supported to move into the loops and corners in reporting information that are germane to the far mass of our country. So we just want to appeal to them. We want to appeal to each and every Liberian, even foreign mission and foreign friends, to support us with the little they have. Like Mark said, the number is on. You can call the number and get whatever donation you have, so that we can enhance our work as well. You know, the day is almost closer. We are now almost to Tuesday. Today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So from now till Monday, whatever donation you have, whatever assistance you have to enhance our work as a broadcaster, to be able to inform you from all quarter of our country, you can do it from through this medium, through this number. The dashboard number is there, the local number is there. So we beg of you, please be able to help us so that we can have whatsoever funding we need to support our reporters to move into.
Okay, guys, we are receiving signal. Our guys are in district number 9, most of our county on the floor. So we don't have much time. We're gonna be joining them. They are on channel 2 already. We are getting their feedback already.
We have been very effective in providing information and education on this election. We have been very much active, very much effective. So we think your support, your little support to us, will be able to help us. It's not just about the politics, it's about the media being involved and providing those basic information so that our country cannot slip into the issue of misinformation and disinformation.
Okay, Barclay, can you just talk about Barclay remains today? She have been the first unfortunately,
yeah, we had a problem.
Some programming.
Exactly. We sincerely apologize because we should have started with one of our programs, Barclay Remains, but because of the political season, it was interrupted. We have to do a coverage, as you heard Max saying, that we have a team that is catching the action in District 9 at the climax of the. It's going to be a show that will talk about love, relationship, and romance, and talk about how can we build a better family, what it means to have a romance in a relationship. We're going to feature people from different male and female to come and talk about love.
Both from the diaspora.
Both from the diaspora. If you want to be a part of it, you just send your number and we can have you on the line. It's about educating our people. Because one of the problems we got in the country is about relationship, it's about crisis, and it's a breakup of family. But meaning it's about love, relationship. What are some of the things that we do in the love, in the romance? The romance aspect is going to be discussed, and we got to go talk about some of the real issues that happen.
Strengthening
relationship.
Making sure that relationship cannot
break down. Some of the crazy things that happen when you're having sex and romance. And these are some of the things we'll be policing. So, that does it. And so we'd like to wrap it up from here. I think the indication that we have our team already catching action.
Bringing action live.
Yes.
So we just apologize. We just appeal to our colleagues from in and out of Liberia to just contribute the little they have to this coverage of the May 10 election. You know, the election is very crucial. So we want to bring a play-by-play description of what is obtaining in Liberia. And that way you understand exactly whether or not something went wrong or not. So please, we apologize. We appeal to you. We beg of you Just help us with whatsoever you have. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Seyon. And Mark, is no, we don't have much time. We have to snap it across over to channel 2 where there's a coverage already taking place. My name is Albert Cornelius, back on the right of the thing. Keep watching PR TV. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Yahweh, you are too much for me.